Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Lizzie, and for today's video we are talking about Camp Cold Brook. This is a film that came out a while ago, 2018, and I actually did do a trailer reaction to this back when that was released, but I hadn't gotten the chance to sit down to actually watch it, which I just did. I was able to watch it through Peacock, but I do believe that it is free through Pluto as well. This film stars Chad Michael Murray as Jack and Danielle Harris as Angela, and they play two parts of a team of paranormal investigators, very kind of Ghost Adventures like, and their show's on the verge of being canceled, so they need to do like one really good show, kind of try to get their ratings up, and one of their team members, Emma, brings up the idea of going to this abandoned camp where 20-something children were slaughtered by this woman who the locals believe to be like a witch using black magic. And they go there. Jack, who is kind of the face of this team, he's our leader, he kind of the Zach of the group, he doesn't really necessarily believe in what he's doing anymore. He says at one point that he did initially believe, but they hadn't found anything true yet, so he no longer believes. And yeah, stuff starts to happen that is pretty crazy on this camp. I was on it at first. Paranormal, I've mentioned before on my channel plenty of times that paranormal films are really not my kind of initial go-to, and the same thing with found footage, which this film isn't really necessarily found footage. We are following them as things are happening, but it kind of still has that vibe at times, especially because they do set up cameras, so we're seeing some of the things happen through an additional camera lens. So combining those two kind of things, I really wasn't expecting too much to come out of this film. But as things went on and things started to get a little crazy, I actually did end up finding myself enjoying those moments. It's a little cheesy at times, but the way that some of the scenes are shot is pretty cool. Like there's a scene where Danielle Harris's character, Angela, is filming this kind of park area, and some things start to happen, and we see some of like the swinging back and forth, going crazy. We see some stuff happening on like a jungle gym, but we don't see the children or ghosts, but when she pulls up the camera and looks through, we do. Some of those kind of shots. A lot of what happens in this film isn't anything new brought to the horror genre. There are, like, we've seen stuff like that before. I kind of put in my notes app, because that's usually how I just take notes when I'm watching something, that it felt like a little Friday the 13th but Ghost, because we do have, and I guess I should have said spoiler warning for this film, so if you haven't seen it, but there is a bit of a revenge aspect. This witch that is blamed for everything, she is the one that did it. That is made obvious pretty early on in the film. We find out later on that she's doing it to try to bring back her own daughter who died. So there's kind of that aspect of it. I will say that some of the stuff in this film is pretty predictable. I kind of called out one of the characters pretty early on for feeling like I had a feeling right away that they were going to be involved in this somehow. I won't give that spoiler away, just in case you haven't seen the film. But it is a character that I call out pretty quickly. If you have seen the film, you'll know who I'm talking about. I pretty much called right away that I was like, they're going to be involved. But there are some of the other characters that we come to find out are previously were part of the camp as kids but escaped. That part I didn't really see coming. Maybe I should have, and their kind of storyline with it was interesting. It did not fully make a lot of sense, just because in the flashbacks that we see, those characters are a bit older, so you would think that they would still remember, but maybe like the trauma of it, they don't. And then just the way that the film ends, though, I wasn't really a big fan of. Like, I was enjoying it up until really kind of the ending of the film. So again, major spoiler, but if you want to fast forward, I'll let you know when I'm done with the spoilers. So we see Jack end up in the hospital after everything, and his wife is there, and they go to FaceTime his kids, and this Annie woman who is this witch, originally killed the children, is like their babysitter, and she like kidnaps them, and then that's how the film just like cuts off. And I was not a fan of that ending. I thought that it was just didn't make really any sense, and I will say that is something throughout this film. Like, there are a lot of things that really don't. There are things that don't make a whole lot of sense throughout it, but all in all, I still enjoyed it. So, if you have seen this film, let me know what your guys' thoughts were on it in the comments below. I hope that you did enjoy this quick little review. If you did, please do give it a big old thumbs up, and make sure you hit that subscribe button for more spooky and horror related content. A quick shout out to my Patreons. Thank you guys so much for helping to contribute to the channel. If you are not a Patreon, I did just recently post my Megan Uncut review, so definitely join for more kind of bonus videos like that. Links to that and all of my social media will be in the description, and I will see you all again later with another video. Bye!